Hello, my name is Mara Holland. I'm a senior transportation planner at the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, and today we're going to take you through the Walk, Bike, and Roll Plan event for the City of Revere. Great, we just ran into the Mayor of Revere, Patrick Keefe, and we are looking forward to asking him a couple questions about the plan. Mayor Keefe, how do you think this plan will improve mobility options for the City of Revere?
Well, it's just that. It's stating some of the deficiencies we may have and pointing out some highlights. And I know there's a plan in place of some corrective actions and also a great way of getting some community support, talking to our youth leaders and a lot of people that have a stake in the game to make sure we have accessible mobility throughout our community for everybody.
Great, thank you so much for supporting this plan.
Yeah, my pleasure. And thank you for doing this with MAPC. We really appreciate your partnership with us.
I was going to say, I'm Julie with MAPC. We were so excited that you as the mayor wanted to work with us on this and have helped shape a vision for better walking, biking, and rolling in Revere. I'm wondering, as the mayor, what are you most excited about as an outcome of this plan? So it's not just a plan that's going to sit on the shelf. What are you most excited about bringing to fruition, making it real?
There's nothing worse than a plan that doesn't get laid out. But I also understand it's about bringing what we can do and what the community wants to see. There's definitely a calling for more bike access throughout our community. We have more blue bike stations throughout our city, and they're being used. We're tracking the usage. So we have a wonderful beach, and getting people up and down the boulevard, whether it's in rollerblades, whether it's on bicycles, whether it's in handicap accessible vehicles or mobility access. When you talk about getting on the beach, so that's great. I know that there's certainly angst with bike lanes, especially on some of our high traffic roads, and we understand that as well. They're not meant for every single road. So this is where we get the feedback and we say, hey, where could they exist and where they shouldn't exist. And it's important that you're helping solicit that feedback. We also have different walking trails. I'm a big walker. I used to be a runner, started bothering my knees a little bit more, so I like to walk. I love to see little walking.
You can run on the beach.
I did. And you can walk fast. You can do a little bit of a speed walk, or you can do a nice little jog. So I love to see some more nature-based walking trails throughout our community that we'll continue to highlight. And of course, part of that highlighting them is also maintaining them, because if we're going to implement a nice walking trail, we want to make sure that there's the infrastructure in place to make sure that people want to actually utilize them, whether it's light, whether it's landscaping, or just a safe trek.
The first thing that we'll talk to the public about when they come here is around the existing routes that people use to get around Revere. So we're asking people to map the routes that they currently take to walk, bike, and run and roll around Revere, so that we can kind of understand the routes that people feel like now are safe and comfortable and that are just direct for folks. And next we'll ask folks, if conditions were better in the future, what routes would they want to be able to take? So we're asking people here to map their preferred routes to walk, bike, and roll around Revere if it were safer, easier, and more enjoyable to get around in those areas. And in addition to the mapping and the routes that we're trying to get a better understanding of from folks, we also have a list of draft recommendations that we're asking for folks' feedback on. And these recommendations touch on a variety of different changes that can happen in Revere that include process-related changes at the city level. They include infrastructure changes, amenities to be added in, including green infrastructure, street lighting, benches, more bike parking, working with MassDOT Safe Routes to School program, and a variety of other different pieces that really will play a supportive role to increasing and improving walking, biking, and rolling in the city. And now I'll hand it off to our consultant, who will talk a bit about some of the concept designs that we put together for this plan.
Hi, I'm Maddie Augustine with Niche Engineering. We looked at 10 different roadways throughout Revere that the working group wanted to prioritize. So looking at a place like Squire Road, where there's a lot of pavement, a lot of fast traffic, how can we make this more comfortable for bikes and pedestrians and people walking, biking, and rolling? Adding some green infrastructure, adding some separation between bicyclists and cars, and adding street trees to add some shade throughout the year. Next up, we have a new potential path extending from Wonderland all the way up as a potential connection to Lynn as well. So some unused land that could be used as a path connection for people who want to travel outside of motor vehicles. Here we have a citizen who's looking at some of the more neighborhood level plans we can add for some traffic calming. So looking at, again, some street trees and some curb extensions to shorten distances for people crossing the street, and widening sidewalks where there's space to do so that people have a little bit more separation from cars.
And that'll conclude our walkthrough of the Revere Walk, Bike, and Roll plan. And now we'll take a look at some of the other vendors that are here today.
Hi, I'm Tom with the city's Planning and Community Development Department. I'm here with Jonah from Bike to the Sea. Say hi, Jonah.
Hi, Jonah.
Clever. So Bike to the Sea and Jonah have been instrumental in helping us build out the Northern Strand Trail, which we all know and love, but also right now are working with us as part of this plan to build out a connection from the Strand Trail to the beach so we can enjoy the first public beach in America. But today, Jonah and his team are here to help us fix bikes. You want to talk about what you're doing here?
Yeah, we're available for folks coming in with bike repair needs, and this is a bike that was donated to us that we're going to take a look at, see if we can fix it up a little bit, and then find somebody who's in need and hand it off.
I gather that the handlebars, oh, you fixed them.
Yeah, they were broken before.
And now,
but this is one of those trick bikes.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your help, support both fixing bikes and helping to fix our roads and off-street bike paths in Revere. Thanks, Jonah.
Hi, I'm Agnes Ricardo, the program manager with the nonprofit organization Bike to the Sea, who now stewards the Northern Strand Trail here in the North Shore area. The shared use path goes from the city of Everett all the way to downtown Lynn and will extend another 2 miles to Nahant Beach next summer. We're here at Revere's Transportation Fair and making buttons and giving away lights, stickers, and having promotion of our events coming up over here. And yeah, we are happy to be here, and thank you MAPC and the City of Revere for hosting this wonderful event.
Good afternoon. This is MassDOT's Safe Routes to School program. We are a free, I repeat, free federally funded program for students in public and public charter schools, grades K through 12. We focus on walking and biking to school, but quite honestly, no matter how you get to school, we just want you to be safe. We have a community-focused, collaborative approach to exercise, safety, and really fostering that sense of community. We have a very deep toolbox. Today, working with MAPC and the City of Revere, we're talking a lot about safe walking and safe biking.
Hello, my name is Diana Cardona and I am from Chocolafe here with the Blender bike. We're making a passion fruit juice. And we have Julia here. Juliet, tell us, she's going to be telling us a little bit about this wonderful project.
Hi everyone, a little out of breath here, making my smoothie. I've never worked so hard for a smoothie. I'm Julia Wellers and I'm with the Metropolitan Area Planning Council. We are working with the City of Revere to put together what's called a walk, bike, and roll plan, looking at ways to make the City of Revere safer and more accessible, more fun, and easier to get around on anything with wheels, either walking, biking, rolling, which means a scooter, a wheelchair, a stroller, what have you. Connections, just changing the way we think about our streets. And we're here today to show some of our designs and get some feedback.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you also can make your own juice. Go, Julia, go, 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 go. And here we have also Josue Vides Erazo. He's in charge of a wonderful project that is coming into Revere, and it's a ciclovia. Josue, tell us a little bit about that.
Hi everyone, my name is Josue, as Diana said, thank you. I'm working with the Walk Bike Roll Group of Revere right now and also SANA. It's a Shirley Avenue Neighborhood Association. We're also looking for new members, by the way, just so if you were wanting to join, there is something that you can scan here at the cafeteria at Revere High School. The plan of the ciclovia is to shut down motor vehicles, or to shut down streets to motor vehicles and to open streets up for people who can walk, bike, and roll. There's going to be a ton of events and things that are going on there, such as including the dog park, having a DJ, places for outdoor recreation, such as having a bike rodeo, and etc. I hope I can see everyone at the event. I think it's going to be so much fun, and I think you guys will all enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Janie Katz-Christie, and I am the director of the Green Streets Initiative. We are based in Cambridge, Mass., and we have been for almost 20 years now. We've been promoting raising awareness about transportation options. Encouraging people in schools, in workplaces, in communities at large to look at all the great transportation options we have, especially in this part of the world. We're kind of encouraging people to think about fun other ways that you can get exercise, be healthy, good to the environment, and meet your neighbors, meet your community. That's what we do.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Giacomo. I'm a senior civil engineer at Howard Stein Hudson. I'm joined here with Aiden Adolfer from Howard Stein Hudson. He's our intern, and Remy Fung, who's our project engineer for this project. So we are helping the city with the Revere Beach Connector project. So the point of the project is to connect people to the beach, the Blue Line station, and the schools. So the most important, the project kind of started the goal was to connect the old high school where we are today with the new high school, new development to the east, which is going to kind of connect with the commuter rail, the Blue Line, and the beach. After that, we kind of said, that's a critical connection, but how do you get the people where they live in the city to these places? So we developed 3 types of routes in the 3 colors here that would connect you all the way up to the western side of Revere at the Malden limits and the Northern Strand path. So in the yellow and the letters, we have the critical destinations, which are the schools, churches, dog parks, outdoor areas. We're just trying to highlight those connection points. We also have some dashed routes here that show potential connections through side streets. So today we're here trying to get feedback from the public and the people that live here to see which routes they prefer, which routes that aren't showing that they prefer. So we have 3 boards that we generated. One's with the push pins. So we have these little push pins that you take. And if you don't like an area, you think it's dangerous, you put the red pin where it is, and so on. And then we have another one here. It's just a general written feedback. So if you like an area, you like a route, you can write down your feedback. And then we have a 3rd board over to the right, which is just a draw it up yourself. So it's a blank page. Where do you like to go? If you could design something yourself. And so some of the feedback we've gotten so far is there's a preschool, middle school, and then the new school, kind of creating a loop to connect all the schools. So if you're dropping off a younger kid or you're dropping off the older kid, you can kind of create that loop connection for your daily commute. So it's been great. We've had a lot of people turn out today, and we're looking forward to getting even more feedback as we advance.